في العالم النهاردة 28 مسلة فرعونية أصلية. جزء منها موجود في مصر، والباقي موجود في أكبر عواصم العالم وأشهر ميادينها. وبلاد كتير اقتبست التصميم وبنت مسلات حديثة وبرضه حطتها في أكبر ميادينها. إيه قصة المسلة وتاريخها؟ دي فكرة الفيلم اللي أخدنا في رحلة غيرت مفاهيم كتير عندنا وساعدتنا نغير مفاهيم مغلوطة عننا. بداية الرحلة كانت في أسوان.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the site of the unfinished obelisk. This is a very important place that told the Egyptians, the Egyptologists and the archaeologists everywhere all over the world, how did the ancient Egyptians manage to cut an obelisk? It was such a complicated and challenging job, but the ancient Egyptians, they mastered that. And then in 1922, we found the granite quarry here in Aswan. And we know that the only place that has granite in Egypt, all over the country, is only in Aswan.
نورة مرشدة سياحية مصرية ومتخصصة في علم المصريات.
أنا عايشة هنا قدام جامع رفاعي وسلطان حسن. ده بيت جدي وأنا عايشة معظم الوقت هنا. جدي هو الشيخ محمود خضر، أحد فقهاء الأزهر. كان بسيط جدا ودايما بيوصل رسالة التسامح. دي ماعت اللي فوق الريشة فوق دماغها دي، ماعت هي إلهة العدالة في مصر القديمة. الريشة اهي باي ذا واي. هنا أنا وماما ونهى أختي، خالو، وده هنا برضو أنا ونهى، وده برضو هنا أنا ونهى. كان عندي أخت أيوة وستيل اي بليف ان هي لسه موجوده بشكل ما. كنا زي توأم تقريبا. لما بدات اشتغل وانزل از تور جايد، هي كانت تقعد تقول لي احكي لي بقى القصص بتاعتك وبتاع مش عارفه ايه، فكانت سبورتيف جدا في كل حاجه. 3 سنين وشويه يعني I lost her. راحت تماما من الدنيا. ودي كانت تقريبا يعني أصعب حاجة أنا عديت بيها في حياتي، بما إن إحنا على طول مع بعض في الحياة. نهى ونورة على طول مع بعض في الحياة.
حماس نورة للتاريخ المصري واهتمامها بالمسلات المصرية بالتحديد خلاها متحمسة جدا لفكرة الفيلم.
I've been explaining and talking about the obelisks for years and years, and I've been coming here for years and years. There was an obelisk over there, a twin obelisk for this one, exactly the same, identical, and it's now in France in Concord Square. Finally, I'll have the chance in a few days to go and visit it.
باريس، نورة كانت ماشية تتعرف على الناس وعندها القدرة إنها تتكلم مع أي حد لسه مقابلاه وكأنهم صحاب من زمان.
باريس جنة الإيجيبتولوجي. الفرنساويين عاشقين لمصر والتاريخ بتاع مصر. السفر حاجة خطيرة يعني. Getting to know people. تعرف ناس، تعرف بني آدمين، بتجرب حياة مختلفة جديدة. Actually, this is very exciting for me. Finally, I've been talking about this piece. I've been talking about this obelisk for so many years, almost like 16 years. And every time I go to Luxor Temple, where the twin obelisk stands, I'm like, where is the other one? And finally, I'm here now looking at it. They built it so high like that in order to let the sun rays, to catch the first rays of the morning and the last ray during the sunset, so it could honor the sun god Ra. And also the obelisk, as it represents the sun, so it represents life. Egyptians, they believed in life so much, and they believed in the afterlife. and they believe that death is just a fade.
Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be just like you, an Egyptologist.
I think it's a blessing to be passionate about Egyptology and history in general, not only Egyptology. I mean, like France as well has
And
a huge
everything is
history.
linked,
Yes.
actually.
Everything.
Everything.
From since the dawn of history till our time, everything is linked to the other.
كمواطن مصري الحقيقة عمري ما استوقفني تمثال راس حتحور، بس لما شفناه منحوت على عمارة قديمة في باريس في شارع اسمه ممر القاهرة فرحت.
I've been to Egypt, you know, so I could see the pyramids. And then we went to the museum, and in the museum they told us that there's even more artifacts, more stuff underneath the museum than there is above. So they're going to make a new museum or something like this. I don't know if they made
It's
it.
happening already. It's happening. It should be open in next October. Well, actually, when it comes to the hieroglyphs, it's exactly when someone tells me, like, can you read all hieroglyphic? I'm like, no, it's exactly like asking me how many words in English they have, like 4 letters. And it doesn't make any sense because there is a lot that we still do not know anything about. All goes, actually, the credit goes to
Champollion, of course.
Champollion, yes, exactly.
Frenchman.
Exactly.
Yeah. You see, if you like the obelisks and Champollion history, you should actually see the tomb. It's the Père Lachaise cemetery. It's a very famous cemetery. There's a lot of famous people there, and there's Champollion.
Is it nice?
Yeah, of course.
Who else is famous there?
Oh, Jim Morrison? Jim Morrison.
Okay.
George Méliès. Yeah.
Oscar Wilde?
Oscar Wilde.
شامبليون عالم مصريات فرنسي وبيرجع له الفضل الأكبر في فك رموز اللغة الهيروغليفية. ولما زرنا مقبرته لقينا مفاجأة، مسلة غير متوقعة. لو باريس جنة الإيجيبتولوجي فروما كانت جنة نورة فيها 8 مسلات فرعونية أصلية وناس من كل الجنسيات.
أنا لسه جاية الفاتيكان هنا وأنتوا سامعين الجرس بتاع الكنيسة دلوقتي. هنا كمان في الأوبليسك أهي بتاعت أمنحتب التاني.
Under that big dome, basically there's a crypt where we've got the tomb of the first Pope Peter. That's the point. And actually, to be honest, the square was built around the obelisk. So everything you see about this incredible square, built later by Bernini around 1652, was built to try to keep at the heart of the square itself, well, the Egyptian obelisk.
أهلاً.
أهلاً.
أهلاً. أهلاً وسهلاً.
أهلاً.
أهلاً وسهلاً.
Today is birthday of my wife. Her name Regina. She's ballerina. We know about Arabic and culture and history, and we like it. And we think you are so strong people, so strong nation.
What was the biggest struggle when you travel somewhere or?
The color of my skin. Sometimes I've seen it that.
Still you see this as a problem in different
It's a
parts?
big problem because they're all men, we're all humans.
Yes.
It should not be a problem.
It should not be an issue at
Should not,
all.
should not,
Absolutely,
no, no.
yes. Humans are humans at the end of the day,
Exactly.
right? Yeah.
المقابلة دي أثرت في نورة جدا. ليه لحد النهاردة ممكن حد يتعرض للتفريع أو للتنمر بسبب لونه أو شكله أو لأي سبب؟ نورة نفسها تعرضت للتنمر، واختها الله يرحمها برضو كانت ضحية للتنمر. التنمر ممكن يبقى قاتل، في ناس بتستسلم له وتكره الناس وتتجنبهم، وفي ناس زي نورة بتقرر مواجهته بحب الناس وحب الحياة. مسلة سنترال بارك في نيويورك مشهورة باسم كليوباترا's نيدل، وهي توأم مسلة تانية موجودة في لندن بنفس الاسم. الحقيقة إن كليوباترا الملكة المصرية الشهيرة ما بنتش الاتنين، لكن نقلتهم من مكانهم لمعبدها في الإسكندرية لتكريم قيصر روما يوليوس قيصر، وبعدين اتنقلوا برا مصر.
I can tell you all about this obelisk. Dates back to the time of a very famous pharaoh. His name is Thutmose III. Thutmose III, one of the greatest warriors in the history of ancient Egypt. First of all, let's agree, in order to cut an obelisk, you have to cut it out of the granite, which is a very hard stone. We found the scene in one of the very famous temples known by the Temple of Hatshepsut in Luxor, West Bank, showing the scene of transporting and moving the obelisk from the site. So Egyptians, back in the day, ancient Egypt, the main reason behind this huge, very old civilization was the belief and the dedication. These are one of the main codes and the ethics of the life of the ancient Egyptians. Okay, this is what you gotta do. You gotta plan your trip to Egypt now so you can know more. Hello, hi, how are you? So you can know more about Egypt and about the life of the ancient Egyptians.
So then the Americans have since stolen it and put it in front of this palace.
They did not steal it, no. Actually, it was given as a gift by Khedive Ismail from Egypt as a gift to the United States at that time. Yeah. Like, if you want to say something to everyone all over the world, what would it be?
I would say respect people's cultures because they're people and they might sound different, but they're just the same like you. Yeah, I think I can.
It's very powerful. How old are you?
11.
Oh my God, you're 11 and you got the message already.
So I've been to, most recently, Italy, Spain, China, Bahamas, Canada. That's really easy.
Super cold.
Super cold there, but it's really easy for Americans to go to Canada.
Yes.
I've been to Oman. It's like no matter where you go, no matter what language you're speaking, what you're eating, it's like at the end of the day, people are the same, right? Like people deep down all want the same thing. They all love their land. They all, want social interactions. They all want to eat their great food. It's just, we have differences, but at the end of the day, like, we're all just trying to enjoy life. People are like, you're gonna go to that part of the world? And I'm like, yes, because that part of the world has so much history and it's so beautiful. And I can, have so much hate for random things, but I don't, because that's just gonna stop you from experiencing so many beautiful places like Egypt, yeah? People say things about Egypt, about even America. People are like, it's so dangerous, you can't go there. Like,
I think I don't want to point out fingers. It's just the media everywhere, all over the world. We don't need to listen to anything. We have to go and find ourselves what's going on there. It's just, it's very important, I guess.
ما كانش ينفع نبقى في منهاتن نيويورك وما نروحش جراوند زيرو، مكان البرجين اللي سقطوا في 11 سبتمبر، ونؤدي الاحترام الواجب لذكرى ضحايا الهجمة الإرهابية وكل ضحايا الإرهاب في العالم.
You know that I'm doing tours in Egypt and I work as a tour guide and I get lots and lots of people to visit the country. And it was a tour for almost 15 days. There was this lady, she's very quiet all the time. She said, you know why am I here? I lost my husband in 9/11. You know, Anwar, I'm so glad that I've done that and I didn't listen to people's opinion. And she gave me a message of hope, understanding, humanity, and she healed her heart. That's what she said at the end of the day. She said, my heart is now, I feel much better.
So I lived in New York. My family lived very close to here. And I was an adult when this happened. And it's the first time anything like this happened in the United States. And I think that after that moment, it was a moment of change. And people didn't know how to respond, and people did not know how to react, and people were hurt, and people were afraid. And they let that fear drive their lives for a very long time, because life in the United States changed drastically after 9/11. And it's been that way for a while, but as this next generation has started to come up, and these, with children, children are not born to hate. Children are born with love. And I think these younger generations are helping to soothe the hurt and showing that, yes, terrible things happened to maybe their parents or their grandparents or a friend, terrible things happen everywhere in the world. They just really didn't happen here. And people all over the world have troubles, and they have to learn how to get by. But the one thing that happens is when you travel the world and you see all these people and you hear about all these things, you see smiles on their faces and you see happiness in their eyes, and you realize, you know what, they are just like me. And they suffer, and they have good times and they have bad times, but the one thing they all have is the ability to heal.
If we turn hate with hate, what will happen? What would happen, sorry?
I think that we would destroy the world. We would destroy, because we would destroy, we'd take away everyone's hopes and dreams.
There is no differences between you and me.
You have other mentality.
People are more similar than we think.
Every people are like
black, white, brown.
People have similar traditions, they just execute it differently.
And it doesn't mean that it's wrong, it's just different.
They might sound different, but they're just the same like you.
We are all the same people all over the world.
We have our families that we love, we have the things that we do, we have our entertainment, we have our music.
The same dreams or the same feeling.
So at the end of the day, we all are just trying to live.
One or other way, we connect.
الرحلة بدأت بهدف توثيق حكاية المسلة المصرية، والمسلات عرفتنا على ناس عندهم شغف وفضول يعرفوا أكتر عن الحضارة الفرعونية وتاريخها، وعرفونا جزء من تاريخهم. واكتشفنا إن تاريخ مصر ملك للناس كلها، لأن كل الحضارات عدت على أرض مصر، والناس اللي قابلناها متفقين على قيم واحدة، قيم الحب والسلام واحترام وتقبل الآخر. هي نفس القيم اللي قامت عليها الحضارة الفرعونية، واللي النهاردة نعرفها باسم القيم الإنسانية.